Hey gorgeous! So this should be the last full video of the Portland, Oregon trip series. So this next day, this is day 5, and I don't believe we have very much planned this day. We went to Blue Star Donuts. This was a place that my employer recommended. Another reason why I thought donuts were just a thing here. I think I might have just gotten a bad donut. Jake got a blueberry bourbon donut. He said it was really tasty. I got a creme brulee donut, and it was okay. It wasn't my favorite. I also got a lavender matcha, which was also okay. I don't know why I do this to myself. There are so many drinks that have lavender or hibiscus, the little floral things, and I barely ever taste them. I don't know why I get them every time, but I'm just ooh, something different, and so I get it, and generally I'm unimpressed. But yeah, I was not super impressed, but they did have a lot of really cool looking donuts. I think I just made a bad choice because no one else seemed upset about their options. And after that, we decided to go over to Powell's Bookstore because that's one of the things that Portland is known for. And we got, so Jake, of course, he has not gotten around to this yet, which is kind of funny to me. He was on a kick where he really wanted to learn German, but he's also just oh, but I'm not studying Japanese enough. So he found this book, which is a Japanese guide on how to learn German. He has not touched it yet. Hopefully one day he gets around to looking at it because I think he'd be into that. But the book I was excited about was I got House of Leaves. So I guess I lied again. I did have another souvenir from Portland, and it was this one. So we got something there, and my friends were happy to wander around. And we actually, we went outside for a little bit, Jake and I, and we found a little place that was kind of it almost felt like Shibuya Crossing. But yeah, oh my gosh, this place is sprawling. It's so huge. They aren't kidding about it being a bookstore. I've never been in a bookstore that big. I feel like I've been in smaller libraries. And after this, so this was kind of a weird one, we decided to go to the Peculiarium. My friend Jamie really wanted to go, and I was curious. And this was a super small museum. I got so much footage of this place, though. They had a bunch of stuff. I can't remember what any of it was, but it was just a very neat little place. I don't 100% know if it's worth the $10 entrance fee, because it is pretty tiny. It got a little bit of horror, but there's also a lot of stuff that's not really, it's just slightly creepy, so I guess maybe on the creepy end of stuff. If you like creepy, you'll probably like it here. And the next spot we went to was Pine Street Market, which is just sort of a building with a bunch of little food shops in it. There was a ramen shop inside, so of course I had to get ramen. And while we were eating, my friends noticed there was a little drink menu, and I saw they had a non-alcoholic drink with Marionberry, so I got this, and it was so good, and I think my reaction just convinced all of my friends to also get it, so we all just had that. And there's also a little donut shop, and so my friend Sarah is I need to get donuts, so we each got a donut and brought it back home with us. Us and our donuts. I'm not even a huge donut person, but I felt like it was every day we had donuts somewhere. While we were inside there, it had started pouring. We had not dealt with much bad weather, but unfortunately we had to walk through the rain, pouring rain. And then we finally made it to, it was called New Deal Distillery and Bottle Shop. And this is where I asked the guy about oh, is this a donut place? And he's like, no, you're just looking up donut stuff, I guess. But this place was cool. We were the only ones there when we got there. And we tried a few different things. He had some pre-mixed stuff, and that's basically what we had, was the pre-mixed bottles of things he had. I will say the place was super neat. The guy was super nice. They had extra things along the side, I got a Jamaican ginger beer, I think, or something, and Jake got a sour to drink later. The drinks that we got there weren't super memorable. I don't know, I still really like the vibe of the place despite not really liking the things I bought there. And the things that we bought to drink later were delicious. Can I just blame my choices every time, or is the place just not that great? I have no idea, but I thought it was a cool place, so I would say you should give it a try, and if you don't like it, then you know. So now we're on our last day in Portland, sort of. I'll get to that later. So finally, this was the only day that I actually managed to sleep in. I still woke up at 6, but I actually went back to bed. And when I woke up, everyone was eating frozen mochi. Apparently someone had bought it our first day there when we got to the Asian Family Mart and just forgotten about it. So that was our breakfast and whatever other snacks we had, because we had to leave the Airbnb by 11. And I think we only left like 5 minutes before 11. We had to bring all of our luggage, and so we didn't want to be lugging that as much as we could. It was a lot of like go somewhere and rest. First stop, we went to Jim and Patty's, which is a coffee shop that we'd gone to a few days previous, and I'd really liked it. And I think it was a Tiger coffee, and I liked it a lot more than the one I'd gotten last time. And then we just sort of sat, chilled out. Amanda found a game called Racco, so I played that with her and I think Caitlin or Sarah. I forget. We sat there and played games and drank our coffee and just hung out for a while. We were going to Salt and Straw, which is an ice cream shop. It was in Beaverton, which is where our Airbnb was. There are a few locations, but we found the one closest to us. And they had so many flavors. Oh my goodness. And Jake tried so many. I tried a couple. I usually try to stick to only trying one flavor and then buying. It was like caramel and Okara cupcake. I just had to look it up. I don't know what Okara is. I do sort of wish I'd looked at the menu a little bit more because they actually had ice cream flights, and if I'd known there were ice cream flights, I would have gotten one. But oh well, it was too late. And today again, the day before it had like poured on us and then it sort of tapered off. But today it was sort of drizzling like all day. And we went and sat outside, but there was a beautiful, like, wonderful awning. So we just kind of sat and ate our ice creams in the rain. I enjoyed it. Except for like my bag, I put on a ledge and it got a little wet and I had to move it. But that wasn't a big thing. Then our next stop was lunch. So yeah, our day was just full of eating, I suppose. We went to a pizza place called Sizzle Pie. They have some vegan pizzas. That's why I put on the list for my friend Jamie. And it was pretty good. You can get them by the slice. And so we just got like, I don't know, a slice or two of pizza each and just hung out again. This sounds like such a boring day, but the food wasn't bad. I guess Sizzle Pie, I would say, not my favorite pizza joint. But I'm also not huge on thin pizza. I forgot to mention this, but we had booked a karaoke room for later in the night. And so we just sort of were still killing time before that because our appointment, I think it was 5. And so we were supposed to go to our karaoke room at 5, but we still had time to kill. But then I found there's a place called Stone Barn Brandy Works that like wasn't too far away. And I remembered originally having it on the list, and I couldn't remember why I took it off. So I was like, hey, let's go there. So we finally get there, and then we realize we're just like, this is like just kind of like a warehouse in the middle of nothing. We saw like a little sign outside, but it said something about like appointments, and we're like, oh, poop. Someone came outside, and they're just like, are you looking for this place? And we're like, yeah, are you open? And he's like, oh, we usually do appointment only. And we're like, oh, darn. And he saw us stand there with like all of our bags and junk. He's like, well, it looks like you came a long way, and no one's scheduled for today, so I'll just let you in. And we're just like, you're so nice, thank you so much. And then he was so passionate about all these brandies he makes. I think he was the head distiller there. And like, I'll be honest, brandy's not like my top choice of alcohol. Like I get like the cheapest brandy and put it in eggnog. Like that's brandy to me. But this guy had some good stuff. I would definitely, despite not being a brandy person, I like this guy's brandy, and I've debated trying to like buy it online, but I don't really even know if that's allowed or how that works. But he had some, I can't remember what we all got. There was like a peach or plum one that was super tasty, and he let us try like little bits of a bunch of them, and it was so nice. He was such a nice guy, and it was like a really small space, very intimate. Like I said, you're supposed to make an appointment. Like, don't be like us. Please make an appointment if you want to go to Stone Barn Brandy Works. But yeah, it was a very cool vibe. I tried a Keen Slicker. That wasn't bad. I tried a peach. No, it wasn't peach. It was pear. I said peach. It's pear. It's pear brandy. And it's like one of the smallest distilleries. They make everything like on site. Like, this place was just so cool. Maybe you're like me. Maybe you're not a brandy person. Give it a try. It was a really cool time. We really enjoyed being there. We kind of felt bad because we thought this was going to be a kind of place, like a big place where you just kind of like walk in, grab a drink, and leave. But like this guy was talking and we were like enjoying the conversation, and I was like, oh crap, we gotta like go. Like we gotta get to the karaoke room. We spent too much time here. And so we're like, bye, thank you so much. And we like rush our little butts to the karaoke club was called Baby Ketten Club. Korean, Japanese style like karaoke room where you get the room to yourself, you pick your songs, and you get to sing. And that was a frickin' blast. I love places like that so much. I've never done like a karaoke night at a bar. I've only ever done these in-room ones, and oh man, they're just, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. I wouldn't mind getting in front of a bunch of people, but I would hate like to have to wait, and like, not that you don't have to wait here, but it's like with your buddies, and you're just like eating food, and like they had drinks there, so we got a couple drinks, and we just got to chill and have like some great vibes, and we had it from like 5 to 8, and I don't think the price was too terrible for what it was. Although I can't remember what it was anymore. But it was, especially if you have like a big group, like you basically just pay for the room, not the amount of people. So do it. Go karaokeing, please. This place also, it's fully vegan. If you're vegan, Baby Kitten Club is fully vegan, all of it. So that's another thing. And if you don't eat vegan, you should just try it. It was good food. And like, it was funny, our last song was Mr. Brightside, and it actually like cut off in the middle, but we were still just like kind of like finished out the like lyric we were on. And then it was time to go to the airport. So the reason I said this was sort of our last day is because our flight was at like 12:30 in the morning. So our plan from here on out was just to like get to the airport, hang out at the airport, wait for the plane. We sang, this last day was actually Jamie's birthday, like at midnight, and so we sang happy birthday to Jamie. And we boarded at midnight. And yeah, on the plane I watched The Birdcage with Robin Williams. Very, very good movie, very interesting ending. I wasn't sleeping, I don't sleep on planes, and there wasn't much time left, so I kind of like half like gamed on my phone, put on Coraline, half watched Coraline, and then I half just like closed my eyes and waited to get back. And that was Portland. It was a super fun trip. I honestly, it's funny now that I've said everything, I like can't remember like half of it. But my favorite part was it Pips? Pips Donuts and Chai. Best place to go for donuts and chai. Stone Barn Brandy Works was the best experience with booze. Just overall experience. Favorite activity was between the Japanese Garden and Maclay Park. Because the witch's house wasn't very interesting, but Maclay Park was so beautiful, like so enchanted looking. Like if you're from the Midwest and like you've never been, it's something else. Like I'm used to like hills and flat and fields, and like there are some trees, but this was just like, you just like felt like you're in a Miyazaki movie. So I think those were my main takeaways. You don't really need to go into like the city of Portland. I kind of like the surrounding areas a little bit more. But honestly, like, it's not Portland if you don't see all of it, so. So that's all for this little thing. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!
Jealousy, turning saints into the sea, swimming through sick lullabies, choking on your alibis, but it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling.